If you're planning a trip to Egypt, then this is the place that you have to visit. Let me show you why. Egypt has always been one of my favorite countries in Africa. The pyramids and mummies are something I grew up watching on TV shows and movies like The Mummy or Indiana Jones. And if you want to learn more about ancient Egypt, you can watch my other video where I talk about gold or how they built these incredible structures. So today we've come here to see what it was really like to be an Egyptian pharaoh. Welcome to the National Museum of Cairo. This museum is massive. It looks like the pyramid itself. You start off by seeing some incredible artifacts, like this tomb wall with hieroglyphics written all over it. But then things get interesting. Here you will find mummified bodies from thousands of years ago. They look so realistic that you might think they could wake up at any moment. Now, as you know, the pharaohs were considered gods back then. So when they died, they had their entire body preserved for life. In the afterlife, that means they even kept their private parts intact for thousands of years. Then there are golden necklaces made out of solid gold. I mean, just imagine wearing this necklace. How would your neck feel? Wouldn't it hurt because of its weight? Well, apparently the Egyptians used hollowed out gold instead of real gold. These pillars are also very special. They belong to the famous Abu Simbel temple. See those holes right above them? Those were actually used to hold ropes. When they moved these heavy pillars around, there are many such objects inside this museum, which showcase the engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. For example, check out this boat made entirely of wood, or this statue which depicts a man breastfeeding his son. Even animals weren't left behind. Check out this cow statue. Apparently cows were worshipped in ancient Egypt. And who doesn't love statues of gods? We already saw the Sphinx outside, but now we can see the actual legs of the Sphinx. Also, did you notice anything different between these two statues? One belongs to the Great Pyramid of Giza, while the other belonged to Khufu. Look at this throne chair. Can you guess whose throne this was? Yes, it belonged to Tutankhamun himself. And let's not forget the jewelry collection. Who wouldn't want to own one of these pieces? In fact, if you go to Luxor Temple, you will see similar designs carved into walls. Back to the mummies again. Some of them are still wrapped in linen cloth. Others have been unwrapped and put on display. Just look at the faces of these people. They seem almost alive. Imagine being stuck in a dark room for centuries, without sunlight or fresh air. What would happen next? After spending hours looking at various exhibits, it's time to move upstairs, where you will find more treasures. On this floor, you will find paintings depicting daily life. This painting shows people traveling through desert. Notice how they carry water containers on top of their heads. This must have taken serious skill. More mummies and sarcophagi await us here. Each artifact tells a story of ancient Egypt from thousands of years ago. Cairo is full of history and culture everywhere you go. Even restaurants serve delicious food inspired by local flavors. One thing I noticed while walking around the city is that most places don't allow cameras indoors. However, if you ask politely, many owners may agree to take pictures for you. Speaking of food, this restaurant offers stunning views of the city at night. And the best part, the food is amazing. When ordering food in Egypt, make sure to say please and thank you. Many dishes include rice and lentils, alongside meat or vegetables. My personal favorites are kushari, a popular street food dish, and malakia, a green soup made from jute leaves. Both taste fantastic together. If you ever plan to travel to Egypt, don't miss trying these unique foods. Trust me, once you try them, you won't stop craving them until you return home. So make sure to add Egypt to your bucket list. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching and see you soon. This is the mummy of Ramesses II. It's 14 feet long, but it was not always like this. In fact, it had been cut into pieces and scattered all over Egypt. But then in 1974, they found out where these pieces were located, and they put them back together again. So here we have some jewelry from ancient times. And what I love about this collection is that you can see how people used to wear their jewelry. They would actually use a string or thread to tie around the neck, or even on the head. Nowadays, when we think of jewelry, we often imagine rings and earrings, but sometimes people also wore it as part of clothing. Here are some sarcophagi for pharaohs. These are made out of alabaster stone. And look at the faces of each one of them. Each face looks different. You can tell by looking at the eyes that there has been an attempt to capture the personality of each individual. The way they make these sarcophagi is very interesting. Firstly, they carve the outside layer out of solid stone. Then inside they hollow it out completely. And finally they cover it with gold leafing. Over here we have statues of Hathor, who was the goddess of protection. Look at this statue of Apis bull. He was worshipped as a god himself, and he's got such beautiful features. I mean, just look at his face. Here we have a statue of King Khufu, whose pyramid is the largest of the 3 pyramids at Giza. And look at those muscles. He must be so strong. Here we have some statues of goddesses, and behind me are 2 of the most famous structures in the world, which are the only surviving wonders of the ancient world. Here we have a throne chair of King Tutankhamun, and if you notice carefully, it's covered entirely in gold. What I find fascinating about this museum are the artifacts which are preserved really well. For example, take a look at these pottery jars. Even after thousands of years, you can still clearly see the designs. Or check out these leather sandals. There's something else special about this place. If you go upstairs, you will come across this room. Inside this glass case, there are 4 mummies laid side by side. One of them is a woman who lived during Roman times. Another person is a man who lived during Greek times. And the other 2 are children. When you get close enough, you can almost feel the presence of life within them. Just look at the details on their faces. This is the main hall of the Egyptian Museum, and it's quite big because Egypt is the oldest country in the world, with more than 5,000 years history. This section shows us how people traveled in ancient times. Take a look at this painting right above my head. It depicts a scene from 13th century BC, where a group of people are traveling through desert, on camels carrying heavy loads. This is another mummy. It belongs to the New Kingdom period. That means roughly 3,000 years ago. Back then, mummification techniques were much better compared to earlier periods. After visiting the Egyptian Museum, I went straight to Alabu El Sidam restaurant for lunch. This place is super popular because it serves delicious food at affordable prices. However, getting a table might be difficult, as there are hundreds of people waiting. Luckily, I managed to snag a spot by going up to the 3rd floor. Upstairs, there's plenty of space available, so no need to wait too long. Once seated, I ordered koshari, a traditional Egyptian dish made from rice mixed with pasta, lentils and chickpeas topped with tomato sauce, garlic sauce, and fried onions. Koshari is usually served cold, but since I prefer mine warm, I asked them to heat it up. Let's try it now. Wow, it tastes absolutely amazing. It's flavorful and satisfying. Definitely worth trying once in your lifetime. The combination of flavors works perfectly, together with the spices, tomato sauce, and garlic sauce adding extra depth. Plus, having it heated makes it taste even better. Overall, I highly recommend this dish. If you ever visit Egypt, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures. We explore new places every week, from hidden gems to iconic landmarks. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. This is a mummy mask. It's made of wood and gold, and it was used to cover the face of the dead person, to protect them from evil spirits or demons that might try to attack their body after death. These are ancient Egyptian shoes for women. They were made out of leather or papyrus. And this is an example of what an Egyptian tomb looks like. Here we have the mummified bodies of a man who lived in ancient Egypt. You can see how they preserved his skin by removing all the fat and then wrapping him with linen cloth. The eyes are covered by glass beads that represent the sun god Ra. This is another example of a mummy. He has been wrapped up so tightly, with layers upon layers of linen cloth, that you cannot even tell where one layer ends and the next begins. His hands are bound together at the wrist, so he won't be able to scratch himself when he wakes up again. Anubis is the god of the dead. So when people die here in ancient Egypt, they would take off their clothes and put on these white sheets called shrouding as part of the ritual procession towards Anubis, the god of the underworld. That way they could enter into heaven. Here we have some examples of coffins used during burial rituals in ancient Egypt. This painting depicts the journey of the soul through the duat, which means the underworld. In order for your soul to get through safely, you had to pass several tests along the way, such as being weighed against a feather from Mut, which represents truth and justice. This is a sarcophagus, a stone box that holds the remains of someone who died. In ancient times, it was usually placed inside pyramids, alongside other artifacts, like jewelry or food items, because they believed that if buried correctly, it would help guide them into eternity. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you around Cairo, Egypt. We will start our day with breakfast at Abu Tariq restaurant. I heard about this place online and decided to give it a shot. Let me know in the comments below if you want more videos like this. As soon as I walked in, there was already quite a crowd waiting outside for their turn to eat. There is also a prayer room upstairs where Muslims can go pray before eating. This is very convenient, since many restaurants don't allow us Muslims to dine there anymore. After praying, let's head downstairs and find ourselves a table. Wow, look at this place. It seems pretty busy today because it's lunchtime now. Okay guys, so right behind me over here, we have got a nice view overlooking the whole restaurant area. You can see lots of tables filled with customers, eating away while others wait patiently nearby, hoping for their chance to grab something delicious too. Our food finally arrived. Looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? I ordered myself a bowl full of couscous, topped with chickpeas, tomatoes, onions, and parsley leaves. Oh yeah, almost forgot to mention that I added some cheese, just in case anyone wants extra flavor. All right, folks, time for taste test. Wish me luck, because I'm starving right now. Wow, that tastes really good, actually. Not only does it smell great, but also tastes fresh, thanks to those veggies mixed within. Plus, having cheese makes everything better. Overall rating 8 out of 10. If you ever come across this dish somewhere else, then definitely give it a try yourself. Because trust me, once you do, you won't regret doing so later on down the line. Now, before leaving though, let me share something interesting with y'all. Did you know that couscous isn't just popular among Egyptians alone, but also Moroccans too? Both countries claim ownership over its originality. But regardless, either way, this dish deserves credit wherever it came from. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching till end. Hope you enjoyed learning new things today. Don't forget to subscribe for future updates coming soon. Please leave feedback below on topics you wish me to discuss further regarding travel destinations worldwide. Until next time, peace out.